This video will show how a respondent attorney can draft a pro se settlement contract in CompFile. A pro se settlement contract must be drafted in CompFile by the attorney for the respondent. The Iwcc requires an in-person hearing for pro se settlements. Due to Iwcc policy changes in 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic, these hearings can be scheduled virtually via WebEx. The virtual hearing must be set up directly with the arbitrator. They are not scheduled in CompFile. The respondent attorney is required to follow emergency special process procedures and submit the pro se settlement contract in CompFile along with a suitable affidavit and other additional documentation so that the arbitrator can assess the viability of approving the settlement contract via WebEx. In CompFile, you will follow the same steps to draft a pro se settlement contract as you would to draft a non-pro se settlement contract. You will see that when you initiate a settlement in CompFile, you are asked the question, "Is this a pro se settlement?" You will see that when you answer yes, the Your Role on the case field automatically defaults to Respondent Attorney. The Total Amount of Settlement field involves only a single monetary entry. Click Add Amount and Deductions and input the total amount of settlement. The respondent attorney will not input any deductions. If the pro se petitioner has agreed to some type of deduction, then enter the reduced amount in the Total Amount of Settlement field and provide an explanation in the terms of settlement. All settlement contracts require a recent medical report in order to be submitted to the Iwcc for approval. To see step-by-step how to upload documents, please see the video CompFile Fundamentals. The respondent attorney also must follow the Iwcc's Emergency Special Process Procedure to determine what additional documentation must be attached to the settlement contract in CompFile. CompFile will not prompt you on what you are required to attach to the contract. Choose Other Supporting Documentation and provide the appropriate documentation. Pro se settlement contracts are the only instance where the respondent attorney adds the petitioner. You can opt to have the petitioner e-sign or sign a paper copy of the settlement contract. If you select e-signature, input the petitioner's email address on the Add Petitioner screen. Then, you will click Route for Signatures on the final screen. The petitioner will receive an email notification and be able to log into CompFile and review and e-sign the contract. If you need to make edits after the contract has been routed for signature, open the contract, scroll all the way to the bottom of the first screen, and click Changes Needed. If the petitioner already e-signed the contract, they will have to e-sign again because clicking Changes Needed erases all signatures from the contract. This is because the Iwcc needs to know that all parties have signed off on any changes. If you select Signature on File, you will print the contract and share the printed version with the petitioner to review and sign. Then, enter the date of the petitioner's signature in the Date Signed field. Note: while you are drafting the contract, if you want to make any edits to the contract after adding the date of the petitioner's signature on file, you will have to go to the Add Petitioner screen and remove the petitioner first. Be sure to add a comment to the arbitrator or commissioner pointing out that this is a pro se settlement contract. Once all party signatures are in place, the Submit to Iwcc for Approval button will activate. Immediately upon submitting the contract to the Iwcc, a case number and arbitrator will be assigned. The respondent attorney must contact the arbitrator directly, outside of CompFile, to schedule a time for the virtual hearing. At the virtual hearing, the arbitrator will review the submitted contract with the parties. If any changes are required, the arbitrator can return the contract to the respondent attorney in CompFile to make the necessary changes, recirculate for signature, and resubmit the contract for approval. Depending on the circumstances, these actions could be carried out straight away, or the arbitrator may require a second hearing.